Welcome back to These Ales of Wonder, and tonight we're thinking about stouts and porters. Now, in terms of British and Irish beers, stouts are a family which have several different expressions. There's sweet, there's oatmeal, there's foreign extra, there's Irish and there's Irish extra. Whereas porters are a single British brown beer. And now I'm going to give a quick and dirty summary that everyone will disagree with and I will offend everyone with. Now, stouts, I'm going to tell you, are a very dark, full-bodied, roasty, generally more on the coffee side than the chocolate. Esters generally low, moderate bitterness, British hops on the low side, sweetness and bitterness may vary by expression. Porters are dark brown, medium-bodied, restrained roast more on the chocolate side, plus optional caramel and nuts. Moderate esters are desirable. Low to moderate British hop. Bitterness levels vary towards the low end. Sweetness varies. So, overall, stouts are generally stronger, darker, lower ester, more bitter, with a roast towards coffee. And overall, porters are generally weaker, lighter, higher ester, less bitter, with the roast more towards chocolate. Of course, individual beers in any category might well, of course, be similar. Now, I've linked below to the Homebrew Challenge taste-off that they did with stouts and porters, which showed that even experienced brewers and drinkers cannot distinguish reliably between the styles. And also, for more learning, if you want to spend a fun 15 minutes on this, I recommend the Craft Beer Channel's discussion of stouts and porters, history and flavours, linked below. Now, in our tasting segment this evening, I'm joined by a special guest who only last weekend was crowned Champion Brewer at the London Amateur Brewers Open Homebrew competition. It's our own These Ales of Wonder head judge, Mr. Keith Bailey, back after the cut. And welcome back. We've poured the beers and Keith's here, our champion brewer and head judge. So we've got 4 expressions of porter. When's the last time you drank 4 expressions of porter side to side? We've never done it. We've got the Sam Smiths, the Fullers, the Guinness, and we've got Keith's gold medal winning beer. We'll start with the Sam Smiths. Let's dive in. What are you getting, Keith?
I'm getting chocolate. There's some red berries on the aroma.
Oh, there's loads of fruit. Yeah. That is chocolate and fruit. It's a very smooth mouthfeel.
Yeah, smooth and creamy mouthfeel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Medium low carbonation.
Yeah. You getting any bitterness much to speak of?
Not from the hops. There is some malt bitterness from the roast coming through slightly later on.
That's a really lovely beer, that. Right. Okay, we're moving on now to the Fullers. Is that more subdued?
There is less aroma to this one than the last beer, certainly. Maybe some caramel to it?
Yeah, subdued chocolate and caramel. I'd say subdued, but we're just comparing it to Sam Smith. Both of these beers are BJCP classic examples, but quite different in their way.
Certainly lighter mouthfeel.
Yeah, lifted by the higher carbonation levels. That's a moderate as opposed to the low carb. Yeah.
There's some more bitterness there, isn't there? But again, I think this is from the roast malts rather than from hop.
I think that's probably it. Yeah, that is that. I know which one I like best.
Yes.
Okay, now we're moving on to the Guinness West Indies Porter.
It's milk chocolate, isn't it?
It is milk chocolate, and I think there's something else there. What else is there?
I'm getting some vanilla.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, now you've said it. Yeah, it's all there.
Smooth and creamy.
It is low carb, smooth and creamy. It's closer to the Sam Smith than it is to the Fullers.
Yeah, it's quite low bitterness as well, isn't it?
It is low bitterness. It's sweetness.
Yeah, there's a little bit from the roast coming through later on, but it's predominantly sweet.
Okay, that's good. Right, moving on. And now we're on to Keith's gold medal winning porter, which is probably not very fair to ask him to taste it because he brewed it. So it's chocolate and dark fruit on the nose. More hop than any of these. There is a hop bitterness which builds. The carbonation's medium, closer to the fullers than the Sam Smith's or the Guinness. This is a heritage recipe, isn't it?
No, it's not. The name comes from the date of the Queen's funeral.
So it's a 1909 porter you called it, is that right?
Yes, because she was buried. The funeral was the 19th of the 9th, wasn't it?
Okay.
And rather than watch, I brewed a porter.
You brewed a porter on the Queen's funeral, and this is it. That is really interesting. So we've got 4 different expressions, and they've all got something in common, but they all tweak those parameters of esters and levels of chocolate and levels of creaminess and sweetness and bitterness. Keith, if I was to offer you a case of one of those, which one would you choose? You choose your own.
Of the 3 professionally brewed ones, I'd go for the Sam Smiths.
I
Followed by the Guinness, I think.
Yeah, we're not really feeling the love for this Fuller's.
For me, that's going into Stout territory.
What, the roast profile?
Yes.
There's the roast is slightly harsh, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let's set this out. I might pass this glass to the cameraman. Cheers, Leonard.
Give me the one you don't like.
Yeah, and then there's the Guinness, which I suppose I'd damn it and say it's inoffensive, but do you know what I mean? It doesn't have the character of the Sam Smiths or indeed the 1909 porter which you brew, Keith.
There's more complexity in the Sam Smiths, isn't it?
Oh, it's a bloody amazing beer, that Sam Smith's Toddy Porter. That is. All right. One final comment, just to close out this segment on porters. I put on my local camera group in Norwich, is there a pub in Norwich that's got stout and porter on? There was no pub that got both on at the same time. And most of the pubs that had a porter on, the porter they had got, had been subject to what we in Norwich Amateur Brewers call fuckery.
Not the plum porter.
Plum porter, chocolate porter, white chocolate and raspberry porter. But there was nowhere that would offer me a porter as a porter. But there we are. We've tasted porters, really enjoyed it. And thank you, Keith, for your gold medal winning porter, which is a lovely beer.
Well, I think it stacks up well against these.
It does. It stacks up well against commercial examples, which is what we hope for all our home brewing. I think that for me, the 2 best porters are Sam Smith's Taddy and yours, Keith. For me, Sam Smith does edge it. I think that's really lovely, complex beer. But thank you. Back after the cut for stouts. And we're back with stouts, and we've got 3 different expressions. We've just drunk four porters, so you can imagine how life is going here. It's very, very good. We've got Guinness, we've got Sam Smith's Oatmeal Stout, and we've got Malden's Black Adder. We're going in ABV from low to high, so let's start with the Guinness. Let's dive in. What do you smell, Keith?
Not a great deal.
Not a great deal. I think that summarises it. A little bit ashy.
A little bit. Thin.
Thin, yeah, it is thin.
Not particularly flavourful.
No. And not particularly pleasant.
Yeah.
Let's put that to one side, shall we? And moving on. Sam Smith's Oatmeal Stout. Cheers.
Am I getting...
It's a downhill task, this. Go on, Keith.
Banana!
Everyone loves a banana. I believe you are getting banana, Keith.
But, yeah, it should be low esters.
Have a banana. A man of your age should eat bananas.
I do.
They're good for you. Does this count as one of them?
Possibly.
Let's say yes.
Interesting, it says on the back that it contains cane sugar, and I'm getting some like sugary, dark sugar flavours from this.
I'm not getting coffee. Unless it's a sweet, milky coffee.
No, the roast is quite restrained, isn't it?
The roast is
But
restrained.
it is an oatmeal stout.
Yeah. It's a nice bit. It's ever so smooth. The mouthfeel is just pillowy. I mean, you could just fall into this mouthfeel. It's just gorgeous. But yeah, it's a nice beer.
It's nice.
It's a nice beer. Right. Malden's Blackadder. Oh my. Well, that's a bit closer to what I expected, given the garbage I talked at the top. I'm getting dark bit of coffee on the nose straight off the bat.
Yeah, there's some dark chocolate there as well, isn't there?
There is.
Not milk, dark chocolate.
Milk, dark chocolate.
So not milk,
Not
dark.
Oh, sorry, Keith. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the roast is to the fore here.
Yeah, it's certainly roasty.
Yeah, as a prickle, Sam Smith's, as with the Tidy Porter, the carbonation is very low. We've got a little bit more here with the Malden's Blackadder.
There is a lot of malt,
There is a
dark malt bitterness in there.
They obviously like their dark malt bitterness flavour, and they thought, let's add another scoop. It is, the malt bitterness is assertive.
Yeah, it certainly is.
This is not a comforting or easy drink such as the Sam Smith's Oatmeal Stout would be, which is, it is like a warm bed on a cold night. I don't know where to go with a metaphor for this. There we are. But yeah, so 3 different expressions. We didn't think a lot of the Guinness.
No, we don't like the Guinness.
We don't like the Guinness here. Sorry, Guinness.
There's just nothing to it, is there?
Keith, I've heard it said you like a banana.
Depends who's offering.
But the mouthfeel and the body of this is just lovely. But it's lacking in malt, isn't it? On the Sam Smith's.
It's got some interesting flavours going on. It's like I mentioned, you've got those dark sugar flavours, you've got the banana in there. It's an interesting beer. It's not particularly stouty.
No. The Malden's, I think, does tick most of the boxes for me.
Certainly got a lot of roast.
Yeah, it's not sectionable though, is it?
No, I think you struggle to drink a few of these.
No, it's just too much of the malt. It's interesting that, isn't it? Because when we drank the porters, we found it easier as a brown beer to work our way through them. And I think these are more challenging to us sat here now. But there we are. We've just drunk 7 beers. Thank you for being with us. I don't know what's coming next, but I hope you enjoyed. Do this. Do this. Get 4 expressions of the same beer. Drink them side to side. Think about what you're tasting and enjoy it. And take that forward into your home brewing. And we'll see you soon in the next one. Bye for now.